Turn on the city lights, flashing bright in my eyes. I'm going all the way up. I'm going all the way up. And it's feeling like gathering above. I can feel the love. Oh yeah, it's all around me.
Hello React Native developers, we hope you are well. Christian and William here recording from beautiful Oslo, Norway and Zurich, Switzerland.
Since announcing the project last December, we've made a case for leveraging Skia, arguably the most advanced 2D engine around in React Native apps, to build delightful user experiences and bridge the gap between designers and developers by providing the same set of drawing primitives in React Native as some of the most advanced design tools.
And your answer has been heartwarming. You've taken the library to the test, you've helped us fix bugs, implement features, and you've educated us on your use cases. Thank you for your support. And one member of the React Native Skia community has really captured our attention in the past few months, and we wanted to share his story with you.
I'm Lawrence, and I'm a software engineer at IO Digital. At IO Digital, our mission is to provide digital service to our clients. This includes strategy, content creation, marketing, and technology in the form of web and app development. The project I'm currently working on is an app for the Landal Green Park's holiday parks. This app provides you all kinds of information about your stay and also functions as a smart key to open your accommodation. With our recent redesign of the app, we had high expectations of its visual design. We wanted to have image blurs, drop shadows and other kinds of visual effects. So this is why we decided to take a look at React Native Skia. And since we integrated React Native Skia earlier this year, Skia has been running great. And I've been having so much fun with React Native Skia during the workdays that I started to build mini games in my free time. A simple Flappy Bird clone and a motion-controlled ball in a maze game. We're definitely excited to have advanced 2D graphics in our React Native projects, and we cannot wait to see where the library goes.
Thank you, Lawrence and IO Digital, for your trust in this project, and we cannot wait to see what you will be building next.
Today, as we open a new chapter for React Native Skia, there are 3 things we would like to show you. A new development experience using Expo Go, a new platform support with React Native Web, and a sneak peek at new level of performances for drawings and animations.
So all of the things you're about to see wouldn't be possible without the incredible support from Shopify. And we wanted Colin Gray, the principal developer at Shopify, who has been championing this project even before the first line of code was written, to share a few words with you.
Hi, Colin Gray with Shopify. In 2019, we decided to adopt React Native for all of our mobile applications. We knew this would benefit our developers because we'd be able to write just once for iOS and Android, and we would be able to leverage our experience in React Web and the experience in those developers so they could contribute to those mobile applications. But we never kidded ourselves about the limitations to that decision. That's why we're always looking for projects like React Native Skia, Flashlist, and Restyle. These help Shopify build our mobile apps, but they also help the React Native community grow. That's why today is especially exciting. By adding support to Expo Go and React Native Web, this puts React Native Skia in the hands of even more developers, and they can join in the sheer joy of developing with React Native Skia. If you're interested in learning about our other open source projects, check out shopify.github.io. Or if you want to help us solve some of these problems, join us. We're always hiring.
Thank you, Shopify, for making this project possible, and thank you for supporting the React Native open source ecosystem. Now, there is another industry partner that has tremendously helped us with all the things you're about to see today, the makers of Skia.
Heather Miller here from Skia Graphics. Skia exists to provide a rich set of APIs for cross-platform 2D rendering. We'd love to see our clients being able to write once and deploy to all their platforms. We've recently been energized by this partnership with React Native as they use Skia to bring state-of-the-art graphics to Android and iOS apps. Now, this release is especially exciting for us as React Native uses Skia via WebAssembly to bring those same modern graphics capabilities also to the web. We are having a lot of fun with this partnership, and we look forward to seeing what the entire React community can now do with Skia.
Thank you, Heather, and thank you to the Skia team for making such an incredible library and for all of your support.
Now, let's have a look at the new Skia developer experience using Expo Go. We were always drawn to React Native because we love the web. If you know JavaScript, you can build truly native apps with React Native. And with Expo Go, suddenly you can access web development like agility for your native apps. We think that this is the best developer experience for React Native.
So quickly after we announced the first alpha release of React Native Skia, we made sure that people could use the library using a custom dev client. And last week, the amazing Expo team announced the release of SDK 46. And they are taking things to the next level by shipping React Native Skia as part of Expo Go.
This has a couple of implications. The main one being that now, to play with React Native Skia, the minimum requirement is the web browser. Just a web browser. That is simply incredible. Now let's have a look at React Native Skia with Expo Go. With SDK 46, and as always, you can create a new project using Expo Init or upgrade an existing project using Expo Upgrade. Now, to use React Native Skia, simply type expo install Shopify React Native Skia. That's it. You are done and ready to enjoy React Native Skia. I have my Expo Go project here, and one of the benefits of using Expo is that you have access to a large ecosystem of modules. And here I have a little sticker app, which is using Gesture Handler, Reanimated, and Skia. We use Gesture Handler for the translation, pinch to zoom, and also the rotate feature, and you can move things around. Same with the picture here. And we use Skia to never rasterize and to have nice vector effects. So you can adjust your composition as you would like. And the full tutorial is available on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube tutorials, a very popular one is the liquid swipe example, which you are seeing here. So I can swipe from one page to the other. But this version of the liquid swipe is a little bit special because it is entirely done using React Native Skia. And one of the benefits is that originally the liquid swipe would only work on iOS because of the masking on Android, which wouldn't be fast enough. And here, thanks to React Native Skia, the example is super smooth on Android as well. Last but not least, an important tool in the Expo ecosystem is Snack. Now, all you need to get started with Skia is the web browser. That was React Native Skia on Expo SDK 46. Get started simply with your web browser using Snack. Install it in your own apps using Expo install. No extra steps required. Thank you, Expo, for adopting React Native Skia into the Expo family.
There is one more part of the SDK 46 announcement, and that's React Native Web Support. One of the exciting things about Expo apps is that they also run on the web, and React Native Skia is no different. As part of the React Native Skia project, we have our example app that showcases what you can build with this library, and now these examples also run on the web.
We think that React Native Skia is a great model for the web. Using web APIs, you have access to great graphical capabilities, but they all live in a different world. Blend modes are in CSS, simple gradients are in SVG, advanced gradients are in WebGL, image filters are in SVG, and so on. With React Native Skia, you have access to all these powerful graphical capabilities and more, and they all live under the same roof. And thanks to React programming model, they can be nicely composed with one another. Now let's have a look at React Native Skia on the web. React Native Skia runs in the web browser thanks to CanvaKit, a WebAssembly build of Skia. The WebAssembly file is loaded asynchronously and has a size of almost 8 megabytes. While this is a substantial file size, you have control over the user experience. You can decide when to load Skia and how the experience should be. We are documenting the different ways you can add web support into Skia. Let me show you one. Here we have our Expo project, and I can run yarn setup Skia web, which makes sure that the Skia WebAssembly file is available from Webpack. From there, we can load Skia when we need it. We use the with Skia web component for that. Do you remember that Snack demo that runs the Liquid Swipe example on iOS and Android? Well, now it works on the web as well. And we're very excited about that.
Thanks to Snack, we are currently working on providing our documentation examples directly interactable in the browser. Again, this is all powered by CanvaKit. We are also using this to track regressions in the documentation examples automatically to ensure correctness.
We are looking forward to see what you will be building with Skia on the web. Us, personally, we always had a really strong use case for React Native Skia on the web, and that's Remotion. When we first announced the library last December, the graphic motions were done using an ancestor of what is today our React Native Skia web version using Remotion. In fact, Remotion has originally inspired the project. Working on React Native tutorials using Remotion, which has access to all the graphical capabilities of the web, it became quite obvious how far behind React Native was in terms of 2D graphics. And now there is a virtuous circle where we believe that React Native Skia is arguably the best rendering engine for Remotion projects. So today we are closing the loop. And to bring it home, the maker of Remotion, the one and only Johnny Burger.
One of the biggest reasons that got me into animation were William's tutorials and also React Native and Reanimated. It motivated me so much that inspired me to create my own framework, Remotion. And it wears its influences on its sleeves. You can see, for example, that the easing and the spring functions are pretty much the same as in React Native. And I know that the inspiration also goes the other way around, that React Native Skia draws some inspiration from Remotion. And me and William, we often bounce ideas back and forth. So it is only logical that we finally come full circle. Now you can use Remotion and React Native Skia together. Simply type in npm init video into your terminal and you'll be able to choose the Skia template. It will give you everything out of the box to get started by making your first video using Remotion and Skia. And as you have seen in the beginning of the video, the opportunity to create immersive graphics is big. So I hope you'll have a lot of fun with React Native Skia and Remotion. And with that, back to William.
Wow, thank you, Johnny, for making the integration between Remotion and React Native Skia so seamless. And thank you for inspiring us, developers, to exercise our creative muscle. And that's the new platform React Native Skia is available on the web. Use it to build universal apps using Expo or to build incredible videos using Remotion.
And last but not least, let's talk about performance. Since we announced React Native Skia, we learned to harness its drawing capabilities to deliver them in a compelling, declarative and composable API using React. So now we are taking advantages of all the lessons learned along the way to provide a new level of performance. And we would like to share with you a sneak peek of what we are working on. So when talking about performance, we are looking at two things. The first thing is how fast can we deliver those first pixels, the time to first frame. And then there are the large drawings. So how fast can we draw a frame that contains thousands of components? So let's start by looking at the time to first frame.
Today, when we execute a drawing with React Native Skia, we prepare the drawing commands on the JavaScript thread, and then they are executed into a dedicated thread. The debug information will show you the time spent on each of these threads. Today, we are looking to take this one step further by executing the whole drawing completely on the UI thread, and we have two compelling examples to show you. In this example, we are loading 300 Skia views at the same time. This is recording using an iPhone 10, a fast phone, but definitely not the fastest. Each icon is sequentially using the JavaScript thread, briefly resulting in a delay to have all the canvases ready. Now, this is the same demo, but we are drawing everything on the UI thread. The icons are simultaneously available, and you can see the difference between the left and right side. Now, another issue with using the JavaScript thread is that if the thread is not available, it won't draw. Here we are running a Skia animation and we block the JS thread completely. In fact, you can see that the perf monitor stopped responding. The animation is completely frozen. Now, this is the same demo where the drawing is entirely executed on the UI thread. We block the JS thread. You can see that the perf monitor stopped responding, but the demo animates nicely. Isn't that cool?
And that's the UI thread support that we are working on. We are currently polishing it and we cannot wait to bring it to you guys. We think it will deliver incredible first time to frame and remove the need for the JavaScript thread to be available.
Now let's have a look at large drawings. Drawings that render thousands of components. There is a concept in Skia which we have been using early on, but we haven't introduced it to you yet, the concept of pictures. Pictures in Skia are a self-contained representation of a Skia drawing in a binary format. You can think of it as a SVG format, but tailor-made to Skia capabilities and in a binary format. And today we would like to show you a demo on how to leverage these pictures in React Native Skia. We have a simple checkerboard here and we have close to 10,000 components. It's really struggling to animate the rectangles. Thanks to the concept of picture, we can create a picture for 10,000 components and draw them only once. Now the animation is super smooth, and since the picture format is vectorial, we can still apply any sorts of effects without problems. Now we are also targeting important performance improvements in the React renderer. This is an example which is also using a large number of components. On the right is the new version of the reconcilier, and on the left is the previous version. And these were the three things we wanted to show you today. A new development experience using Expo Go. Now, all you need to get started is a web browser. And speaking of the web, this is a new platform we are supporting with React Native Skia. Use it to build universal apps with Expo or to build incredible videos with Remotion. Finally, we wanted to show you the new level of performances we're targeting for React Native Skia.
And thanks again to Shopify for making all of this possible. And thank you to the open source community and all our awesome industry partners for their support. So our level of excitement for what's ahead cannot be understated.
We cannot wait to see what you will be building next with React Native Skia. So we are looking forward to talk to you soon. And until next time, happy hacking.
Looking through rose-colored glasses at all my mistakes, breaking through the ceiling, unfazed. Baby, watch me come alive, come alive. Strike like the lightning in my lungs, can't fight it. My love is like a drug, I got fire dancing in my eyes, so bright. Can't help the way I light up every time I strike. Like lightning in my lungs, I can't fight it, it's a drug. I got fire dancing in my eyes, so bright. Can't help the way I light up every time I